Greta Thunberg, the Swedish Goblin of Doom, and her flotilla are back, folks. Well, kind of, because Greta has been sent on her way back to Sweden. This is a parody of Greta and her friends done on Israel's #1 parody show, Eretz Nehederet. The thing is that it is just so similar to the real thing. That is the sad and funny part. Take a look.
Land! I see land!
Where? On TikTok?
No! Land! Over there! Gaza!
We are here! We have come to save you!
Stop the war! Stop the war!
Guys, amazing news! They stopped the war!
What? They signed a ceasefire after we demanded a ceasefire?
Yeah.
How dare they?
Yes! I mean, I put my whole life on hold for this struggle. Everything. My career, my relationship, my rooftop Pilates.
But I thought stopping the war is like a good thing, right? We all know war is worse than gluten.
But what am I supposed to do with the boat now? Start fishing?
Oh, right. Okay, I know. We can have more oppressed people in the world. Like, what about the genocide of Uyghurs in China?
Genocide made in China? Sounds fake.
And also, can you realize this becoming the next kafia? Get real, bro.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking. Probably the shrooms. What? I know. They're slaughtering Christians in Nigeria.
Jews are slaughtering Christians in Nigeria?
Nigeria will be free from the jungle to the tree! Nigeria will be free!
Wait, apparently it's Muslims that are doing the killing. Yeah, Jews had nothing to do with it.
So where is the fun? It's not juicy. It's not juicy.
I mean, we can always go back to fight global warming.
Global warming? What are we, 12?
Wait, they're killing Palestinians in Gaza again.
Death! Death to the IDF! Death! Death to the IDF!
Wait, it's not the IDF. No, it's Hamas militants killing other Palestinians.
How dare you call them militants? They are freedom fighters.
So, like, who are they killing?
Other freedom fighters.
It's a mutual, non-accountable freedom conflict. Can't you handle a little moral complexity?
Okay, now the Gazans are eating a whale.
What? A whale?
No, it's probably the shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not very different from the reality, people. That's what's crazy about this. Like, that parody is so close to the reality with Greta and her ilk and her folks. That they continued to protest after the ceasefire was signed, that they said nothing about all the massacres going on inside Gaza by Hamas, the executions that we saw there. And that was brilliant, how they inserted real footage from what's going on in Gaza with the whale, the beached whale, and with the murders and the executions going there. They inserted that into the clip. It was brilliant. Eretz Nehederet. They have a lot of good ones on what's been going on in the last 2 years. It's like Israel's Saturday Night Live, if you can call it like that, just a lot better. And very often they hit the nail on the head pretty good, as they did there. The impersonation of Greta, that is the real Greta, just a complete hypocrite, taking on the fashionable cause, doing absolutely nothing to help the cause. That's who she is and who her friends are. As they said, well, let's take on another cause. What about the Uyghurs in China who are put in concentration camps? And many of them killed in re-education camps, sorry. Does anyone go and send a flotilla to China in order to stop that? Or to stop their occupation of Tibet? You know, they invaded Tibet in the 1950s and just completely erased the incredible culture that they had there. of Tibet, you know, the Dalai Lama exiled and all that kind of stuff. Does anyone do any of that? No. Genocide of Christians in Nigeria or mass murder of Christians in Nigeria, it happens every day. Does Tucker Carlson talk about it? No. Does Greta talk about it, send a flotilla? No. It's not juicy enough. And, you know, this problem goes beyond this stupid autistic Swedish goblin. It goes a lot beyond her because we just live in an era of visibility. Everybody wants to be visible. Everybody wants to be the center of attention. Everybody wants to be big on social media. It's true. Like, it's a little bit true of me as well. Like, I'm here doing the social media stuff. I want to be noticed. We all want to be noticed. And I don't know, like, yeah, maybe she actually believes what she's doing. I think the people on that flotilla do because they're brainwashed. But I think there's also some people who, they just go along with what they need to do in order to make a name for themselves, you know, in order to make a name for themselves. And that's the problem. That's the problem. There's no brakes on the system right now. There's no I don't know, in the system of independent media where everyone's on Instagram and everyone's on YouTube, and there's nothing to just stop people from saying whatever crap they want to say in order to get attention and exposure. There's no brakes on the system anymore. It's completely off the rails. And I'm not saying you need to go back to like, the solution is never to go backwards, right? So you go back to the 60s or the 90s or the early 2000s or whatever, where you have, you know, in order to get something out there, you need some big media exposure, corporation or whatever it is. And all that, you know, the voice was held in a small few had the power and the voice to do stuff. And, you know, a lot of important things were suppressed because of that. So that's a problem. So I'm not saying going back, but this is the result of where we are right now. This is the result where you just have so many terrible things happening around the world and nobody cares because it doesn't bring exposure. It doesn't bring exposure. It's a matter of risk versus reward. I said this about vloggers who come to Israel all the time. Why do they always come and show the occupation and how terrible Israel is? Because it's safe. You can do it. You can't go and show that kind of thing in Russia or China or places in Africa. It won't work. They'll lock you up. Here you can do it safely. There's a big audience who wants to see it. You get a lot of exposure, a lot of views, money, and it works for you. It works for you if you're a journalist to come cover here. The bureau in Israel always has more than, you know, or as much as the entire Asia bureau of these agencies. So like AP will have, you know, 40, 50 journalists stationed in Israel and 40, 50 journalists stationed in all of Asia. Like all of Asia, like China, India, Pakistan, Iran, like literally like the whole continent. And then there's the same amount here because this is a money maker and a attention maker is this area. So everyone wants to be part of that bandwagon. And the result is that some of the terrible things that happen around the world are just completely ignored. It's like, well, why would we want to do that? It's not juicy enough. It doesn't involve the Jews. It doesn't involve the big conflict of the day. So we're just going to ignore it. And after the ceasefire sign, which is what is wanted, we're going to continue to protest against the Israeli occupation and whatever it is, because that's the cause of the day. This is the cause of the day, and everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. And the terrible things of the world just get swept under the carpet time and time again. So we can continue to talk about Israel-Palestine forever and ever and ever, as Greta Thunberg does. Unless, of course, there's another, I don't know, viral issue that she needs to insert her ugly face into after she did global warming, which she doesn't want to go back to, as we saw in the clip, because it's, you know, it's not the thing anymore. So until she finds the next thing, but I think this is a pretty lucrative thing for her to be involved in for the near future. So we're going to continue to cover what's going on with the Swedish Goblin of Doom, Greta Thunberg, like the real one when she shows up, shows her autistic face. We'll continue to make fun of her. In the meanwhile, though, we'll have to do with the parody. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.